How we doing, guys? Welcome to the player ratings. Arsenal 5 points top at the Premier League, top at Christmas, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, like I said, welcome to the player ratings. We're going to do a little preview of the game as well. But listen, it's pretty self-explanatory. Arsenal 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League going into the World Cup break. 5 points clear at Christmas. And I know it's only November, but because of the World Cup, Arsenal will be top at Christmas. Oh man, imagine saying that at the start of the season, Arsenal will be top at Christmas. Everyone would have told you to stop smoking. It's like, wow. What a season we're having. What a team Mikel Arteta is putting together. And Mikel Arteta himself is proving to everybody what he's all about. This is exactly why I backed him. This is exactly why I called out anybody that never gave him the opportunity. Because you have to give him time. You have to understand what he needs to build. And he hasn't just built a team, he's built a whole culture of the club. He's changed everything. And we're a completely different setup now, both on and off the pitch. And you saw that in the game yesterday against Wolves. Wasn't at our, most fluid best, shall we say? But our game management, the way that we're able to just deal with those moments, take every game individually. Have a plan B, have a plan C, always find an answer. And it was one of those. Wolves are not a great side. They're in a bad place at the moment. They're bottom of the league. They've got a new manager in, and it'd be interesting to see how they do, after we come back in December. But in the first half, they made it really, really difficult. They sat everyone behind the ball, and they basically said, try and break us down. We were very slow and very passive in the way that we played in that first half. And I felt that if we just injected a bit of pace into the team and we were a little bit more quicker with our passing, then we would be able to open them up. And once you did that, they would have to come out and it leaves the spaces in behind. And that's exactly how the game panned out. They were so difficult to break down in that first half. Second half, we looked a completely different side. And the passing was more crisp. It was faster, and just the way that we done everything was so much better. Get the first goal, and I felt we were very comfortable. Got the second goal, and I was only saying in my preview before this game that Odegaard has been excellent this season. The one thing that he needs to start doing is scoring goals. Well, he scored 2 yesterday, so maybe he watched the video. I don't know. But yeah, listen, just the way that we're playing in general. Like I said, there's alternatives. There's game management. It's so good. But we have a long way to go. But we're top by 5 points because Manchester City lost at home to Brentford. That just tells you how mad the Premier League is. And this is what also frustrates me, because when Manchester City lose to Brentford, all you hear is, that's what the Premier League's about. You can lose to anybody at any given moment. This is what happens. This is why we love it. When we beat Brentford, and convincingly as well, it was, well, they haven't played anyone yet. I see all the top sides struggling against the likes of Fulham, for example. We beat them. Oh, it's only Fulham. Everyone else, it's the Premier League. It's amazing. So yeah, it's one of those, but very, very good. So with that said, I'm going to go and get into the player ratings. Starting off in goal, Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think he had a lot to do, to be quite honest with you. There was a moment right near the end of the game. He made a good save when Zinchenko lost the ball. But overall, didn't really have a lot to do, to be honest with you. I'll give him a straight 7 because he didn't really have nothing to do. In defence, right back, Ben White, I thought he was excellent yesterday. I think some of his diagonal passing was exceptional, defensively solid. And again, another decent all-round good performance. I'll give him an 8. In the centre-back positions, William Saliba, I actually think that he had a poor game, to be fair. His standards have been set so high that I think, we become like accustomed to thinking that he's just going to pull off these 10 out of 10 performances. But yesterday, I just felt that he was, a little bit shaky. Made a bad error that could have cost us, with a misplaced pass. Was involved in the incident in the first half where it could have been a penalty. And I just felt he was a little bit shaky. There were some good moments in there, don't get me wrong. But I think by his standards, he was poor. I'll give him a 6, to be honest with you, because I just don't think that he was up to his very high level. And I think that, some fans can get very carried away and kind of, fall in love with a player and kind of just forget about the negatives when they have those negative moments. For me, Saliba is right up there. One of the best defenders in the Premier League. But yesterday, the performance was not great. You call it as what you see it. It's as simple as that. Alongside him, Gabriel, I thought he was exceptional. Everybody's quick to criticise any mistake he makes. But they're not quick to praise him when he has games like he did yesterday. I thought he was excellent. Really, really good in the game. And I give him an 8. It's as simple as that. Zinchenko. It was a relatively easy game. Pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. I've made a mistake towards the end where he was messing about and, Aaron Ramsdale absolutely tore into him over that because, you make it a nervy last few minutes if you go and concede there because of stupid, messing around with the ball. It was a standard enough performance. I'll give him a 7. Going into midfield, Thomas Partey. And I think that he got more on the ball in the second half. And I think that was key and something that Arsenal had to do. But controlled everything, bossed everything. It was just a very, very simple day at the office, to be honest with you. I'll give him a 7. I think it was just very easy for him. It's not anything against him. He was just simple. Just done what he had to do. Alongside him, starting the game, of course, was xhaka. I'm not going to mark him because he came off very early. And from what I believe, he had a stomach bug. And there's a few players within the squad that have picked up this stomach bug after they had their pre-match meal. And of course, there are conspiracy theories, lasagna gate and everything else. But from what I believe, Arsenal have their own chef that goes to, all their games. So I don't know whether they had a substitute chef in or something. I don't know, or just one of those things. But Granit Xhaka had to come off very early, so I'm not going to mark him. Going into the attacking areas, Bukayo Saka. I think he had a quiet game, to be quite honest with you. Never really got involved, never really, was a threat as we know he can be. I think it was just a very, very standard performance, to be honest. I would probably give him a 7. In that respect. Standard. Didn't make any mistakes that could have cost us goals or anything. That's why I gave Saliba the 6. Because he made those mistakes and stuff. But Saka, it wasn't mistakes. It was just a standard game. It was, nothing to write home about, shall we say. On the left-hand side, Martinelli. Again, it wasn't the greatest of games. He works hard and everything else. He was involved in the goal. For the second one, because it was his shot that was saved and came out to Odegaard. It was just a bit like Saka in that respect, a 7, because I think it was just a very comfortable, simple performance. In the middle of that, I will have Odegaard and, of course, 2 goals. Really good performance, dictated a lot of the play, sped things up in the second half, which obviously helped us, got the 2 goals. It's as simple as that, really. It gets a 9 because of that. 2 goals. Can't say no more. Don't need no more. Gabriel Jesus and Shamey's goal in the first half was ruled out for offside, rightly so. But I'm not concerned about him not scoring at the moment, to be quite honest with you. I'm really not, because of his overall gameplay. He's exceptional, what he does. You look at the pass he put through for Vieira for the first goal, when you actually stop that piece of play and you look where Jesus is, which is out on the corner of the 18-yard box, and when he makes that pass, you're thinking, right, your striker has to be in the middle. But when you freeze it, look at that scenario and that gameplay. There's 4 players in the box already waiting for Vieira to put the ball across. Jesus doesn't need to be in there when he's creating as well. That's why I haven't got a problem with it, because of what he brings. It's as simple as that. I thought his performance was really good. His hold-up play, the link-up, everything. Good again. 8 for me. I really, really liked his performance. Substitutes. The only one I'm going to mark is Vieira, because the other ones were brought on very, very late into the game just to see it out. No point in marking them. But yeah, Vieira, he's had a very indifferent few weeks. He's looked like he's struggled in some games. Looks, like the pace of, English football is something that he's still trying to adapt to. He's very slight in his build as well. And I don't know whether that's something that obviously Arsenal are going to work on and try and bulk him up a little bit and make him a little bit more, Premier League ready. There's no doubt in his quality. And when he came on, it was a big call to put him on for Granit Xhaka. And I was just like, do something in the game. Please do something that could lift your confidence. And, overall, he had a quiet game. He wasn't really involved in too much. But the one moment you needed him to do something, he did something. The run was superb. The cross was superb. And he creates that moment. And that was key. A 7 for his overall performance. But it was really nice for him to do something that could possibly lift his confidence going forward. Make him feel a little bit more, like he believes within himself. And I like that. I like that. So, Mikel Arteta. Do I need to say any more about this man? Really? Unbelievable. Set us up. Done what we had to do yesterday. If you're going to base his mark just not on yesterday, but as we go into this break, I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 10. What other figure can you give him? You can't give him below a 10. The way we started this season and everything. He's just got an answer for everything. I've never seen this guy in the technical area. I swear at times he would be on the pitch again. It's unreal. Absolutely love the guy and what he's creating at Arsenal. The philosophy, the mindset, just absolutely everything has changed. And it's so nice to see. So there we go. That is it. That is my review of the game. A brief review and of course my player ratings. As usual, you can let me know in the comment section what your player ratings were. If you disagree with any of mine, let me know which ones they were. And if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.